Duncan and Dash. Duncan is a little narrow-gauge engine. He was chuffing through the forest and the mountains with the trucks. One morning, Duncan chuffed into the depot. All the narrow-gauge engines were there. "Hello, everyone," said Duncan. "Sir Topham Hatt has a big reward for me." "What's your reward?" asked Rheneas. "Are you seeing the sights of Sodor?" asked Peter Sam. "Or are you working with the logging locos?" asked Skarloey. "I don't know yet," said Duncan. "I will find out soon." Just then, Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand chuffed into the depot. Duncan was cross. "Not these engines again," said Duncan. "Hello, Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand," said Rheneas. "Hello, Rheneas," said the logging locos. "Ugh," groaned Duncan.
"Sir Topham Hatt chose me to work with Duncan,"
said Dash excitedly. This made Duncan very cross. "I don't want to work with Dash," he huffed to himself. "Come on, Duncan," said Bash.
"I promise we can have fun."
"Or do other cool stuff," said Ferdinand.
"We can play One Biff and Dash."
"And that's a fun game," said Ferdinand. "One Biff,
one Bash."
"And there's never a crash," said the narrow gauge engines together. Duncan was very cross. "Cheer up, Duncan," said Peter Sam. "They're a lot of fun." "They can make you a happy engine again," said Rheneas. "They can make it so you're not as grumpy," said Skarloey.
"Come on, Duncan, get to work."
And Dash went to Misty Island. Then Duncan had a tricky idea. "I won't deliver anything. I will just hide from Dash," he huffed to himself. And Duncan chuffed cheerfully away. Then Dash rolled in. And then Duncan rolled in.
"Where are the flatbeds?"
asked Dash. "Where do you think they are?" said Duncan.
"Maybe you didn't get them because you're too lazy,"
laughed Dash. "I'm not lazy," said Duncan crossly.
"Looks like you are,"
chuckled Dash. "I'm not lazy," said Duncan crossly. "If anything, you're just a lazy engine who does nothing, just sits in Misty Island."
"Well, we can have a competition,"
said Dash,
"and see who's the fastest. And if anything, you've never even had fun in Misty Island, so you can't be talking."
This made Duncan very cross. And then Dash chuffed happily away. Duncan was worried. "I hope I can be as fast as Dash," he huffed to himself. And then Duncan chuffed on. Then there was trouble. Dash went slower and slower and ground to a halt.
"Oh dear," said Dash. "Now I've run out of oil."
At last, Duncan delivered the logs to the wharf where Sir Topham Hatt was waiting. Sir Topham Hatt was very cross. "Well, Duncan," said Sir Topham Hatt, "you've caused confusion and delay. You decided to be tricky and not work with Dash. And now, he has ran out of oil." Duncan felt terrible. "I'm very sorry, sir," said Duncan sadly. "Please, can I deliver the oil to him?" Sir Topham Hatt was pleased. "That's a great idea, Duncan. But please, then don't cause confusion or delay." "Yes, sir," said Duncan, and he told Sir Topham Hatt about the trick he's played. And then Duncan huffed happily away to go get the oil. Duncan was chuffing along the countryside with the oil. At last, Duncan arrived to Dash with the oil. "Hello, Dash," said Duncan. "I brought this oil to you. I knew you ran out. And I'm sorry for playing a trick on you. You really are a really useful engine," said Duncan.
"Thank you, Duncan,"
said Dash. Then Dash rolled up to Duncan. And Dash told Duncan that he's a really useful engine too.
"Well, Duncan," said Dash, "it's time for me to head back to Misty Island. It was good working with you."
"It was good working with you too," said Duncan happily. Come back any time, said Duncan. Then Dash puffed back to Misty Island. Dash is a really useful engine, Duncan huffed to himself. But then, so am I.